Welcome back to a brand new episode of the You Weren't There podcast. I am, of course, your host, at Mia Was here. We happy to be back. We missed you guys. We got a great one for you today. I'm gonna let my co-host introduce herself. We're gonna get into our guests and then we're gonna get started. Chaz.
Welcome back at Chaz DL. We here. Got a wonderful guest for you this evening. I'm excited for the conversation. Let's get into it.
Brandon.
What's up, y'all? I'm Brandon Deshaun. You can follow me at IG at Darcy No Die. Yeah.
What you working on?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
So what I'm
we want you to hold spill with this. You know what?
Hey,
Not today. Not today.
We're working. I got a new song that just dropped called "Fake Love." Fuck you, Ashley. You know, it's out right now. Also, show in New York, Brooklyn, 15th. KJ show I'm hosting, the homecoming. Check out, come to that. Get VIP tickets if you can. What's that? The 23rd. I'm hosting and doing interviews at Live at the Cookout open mic and Hanover. The 30th. The 30th.
Got going on, don't
the 30th, I'm doing interviews at Salt Pepper Catch Up 4th year reunion show. So yeah.
Okay, you got a lot coming up.
Oh, I forgot to. Okay, he gonna get mad if I don't say it. June 6th, Go-Go Museum. I'm hosting too. The Music
What is
Sanctuary, that? Music Sanctuary show at the Go-Go Museum.
Who's gonna be at the Go-Go Museum on January 6th?
Devin Dizelle. We're doing tributes to COB, Backyard Wrestling, and stuff like that.
Okay, shout out to Devin Dizelle, you know what I'm saying, a former guest of the show. You know what I mean? Shout out to that guy, man. We love and we appreciate the effort every time, man. So make sure y'all go check that out on June the 6th, Go-Go Museum. Brandon, we want to get into your journey, right? Long awaited. We've been planning this one for a while. And so we want to get into where your journey as an artist starts, when the hosting began, how that transition has been for you. Has there been one at all? Give us your story.
So I started when I was 3, so but
some people start there.
No, I started when I was in 7th grade. To be honest, we did a talent show, and I think my first year in that school, and I was like, nobody know me. I could do whatever I want. So they was like, yeah, you gotta do this and do that. So I'm like, I'm about to rap. You gonna rap? I'm like, yeah, I'm about to rap. So I rapped a Ludacris verse on the stage, and they liked it.
Which Ludacris verse?
Just remember Gossip Folks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I rapped that verse right there.
Wow. Okay.
So I did that. I had the student outfit on, all that stuff. It was fun. So that's why I started out. But regular musically, I started off 2016 to be honest.
Okay.
So I was I was an intermission for a group. They do songs, then I come in, I start rapping, then they take a break, I start rapping again. And then after that, we did it for a whole 2 years. And then after I could do it by myself. And then I just kept going. But then I stopped though. I stopped. So I went to 930 Club, right? And the security was patting me down. Security was like, don't I know you? I was like, no, you don't know me. He said, yeah, I know you. So he was like, yeah, you used to do music. I was like, damn, used to? So the white boys behind me was like, damn, bro, you a has-been. I was like, I got to prove a point.
Wow.
I love proof of points.
Yeah.
And that was 2019. I couldn't do nothing because 2020.
Facts, yeah.
Traumatized.
That's crazy. Where was the point at which you realized music went from hobby to passion?
I want to say 2022. Because then I wasn't performing. I was performing still, but it was rare. I did 2 shows that year. But I was studying everything in the DMV, how I'm going to attack it when I go on. So 2023 came, I did 56 shows versus the 2 shows I did the year before.
Wow.
And then I was just like, fuck it, keep going. Just run it.
Now that's crazy. 2 to 56?
Yeah, that's what I was studying.
Right.
What were you studying?
Everything, how everybody move, because every DMV got community, right?
Right.
But every community is separate.
Right.
That's the thing. That's why we can't come up, basically. So I was studying every damn community. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to go over here, go do this, do that.
Now I have noticed how you kind of move in and out of various spaces. Because I do think that that's something that I've always noticed, something we've talked about on the show before, is there is absolutely community that exists here. But there are always kind of pockets, right? You have these communities here, these communities there. And I think the combination of those communities is where we tend to be at our strongest. I do disagree with the fact that that's as big a problem as it used to be, though. I think we're working pretty consistently to try to combine a lot of those communities. I'm seeing that happen in real real time. And I think it's beautiful. And so I want to give, you know, our city credit for that, because like I do see us consistently working to try to combine spaces. I feel like Somoris is doing that. I feel like Eclectic is doing that in the DJ space. You know what I mean? I'm seeing these communities start to come together. Yeah. So I think that that's beautiful. But I agree that for the longest, I think the difference is that there were very specific spaces where like kind of everybody went once upon a time. And now I think we're rebuilding and moving back into a space where that's happening again. But there was this like very pocketed, very like clear separation in terms of like, you know, people working only with who they want to work with, people only doing things with their team. And I do think that that's a problem in terms of growth, because like the impact of the states that have like kind of taken things over is combined effort. And I don't think all them niggas fuck with each other either. And I think that's like the common excuse is like, you know, these people, you got like free call music over here, and then you got like a more alternative hip hop space over here, and then you got people who are like more experimental. You got like a rock band scene, and like then you got the go-go scene, which is always ever present. And I think like watching those communities kind of come together and join effort is something I'm really proud of us for now. And I never want to skip over it.
I agree.
But it was a long period of time where I was worried. Like, damn, y'all really don't like each other, which is not relevant in terms of like growth. As long as we have the same agenda, us having like the same like path by which we pursue this goal, to me, it doesn't matter. We just need to be going the same place. Yeah. How we get to the same place is not relevant.
That's right.
And I think as long as we remember that, like, we gonna be all right.
Right. And people gotta let go of their egos too. That's what's stopping a lot of stuff too. But the DMV,
that's a thing everywhere.
That's a thing. It is. But the DMV is coming together way better than like the last few years. I like that. Like I actually like. I've seen it. I'm like, okay, bet y'all doing this. Oh, y'all know each other. Okay, bet. I love it.
And I think like what you mentioned as far as ego, I think that's part of it. I think there is an understanding now more than ever that like, well, y'all tried to do all of this on your own, and you've had like the support of like, you know, these kind of larger platforms that didn't really get you out of here. You know what I mean? And so now I think there's an understanding of like, we tried to do this by ourselves. Like, no, we need to start combining effort and resources, because like doing it by yourself, that's never going to work. Like 10 men ain't never going to be stronger than 100, and 100 ain't never going to be stronger than 1,000.
Isn't that a mix? Because
what you mean?
The coming together part from my vantage point is everybody is doing it themselves, but combining their do for self with each other.
Yeah.
Right. So like the gatekeeping is kind of, because the industry is dying, the gatekeeping is going away. So you got this pocket.
I would say it's gone.
Put my own stage. I'm put my own show on. Oh, word, you do that too? Let's collab. Let's do that. So that's why I'm like, is it a mixer or how y'all seeing it? Because that's how I was seeing it. Like everybody's doing their own thing, is putting their own platform together, but they're coming together with their own whatever that is.
I agree with that. I think Somoris and the Love Movement, they just did a show a few weeks ago, which was on 8th Street. And the plethora of types of artists there, right? Like Somoris is more of like a backpack hip hop based artist. There was a guy there, like that's more like the trap. There was a young lady there, that's more like the sexy go-go. I can't remember that young lady's name. Right. Yeah. Impressive performance. While the music might not have been for me, the performance I thought was fantastic. And like she like the princess of go-go or something. So like rapping over go-go beats. And so it's like all of these different kinds of music, but they're all in one space. And I felt like everybody got love, right? Everybody brought their own crowd. And so like, because that was always an issue in the past, right? You bring your own crowd, and then, I mean, for me, like Chaz will tell you, like, I lead this crowd lead. Like, now it's bitch empty. Like, and I used to like teach promoters lessons based on stuff like that. Cause I'm like, no, I'm not a headliner. That's crazy. All these niggas in here for me. Like, what you mean I'm not headlining? So when I leave, we leaving. Yeah. Now it's 3 niggas left in here. Now you want to make me a headliner, right? I threaten you into submission. Like, I'm not having that.
That's right. You're like, all right, y'all, let's go.
Yeah. And I've seen that at a lot of shows for a lot of different artists, where it's like when this artist leaves, so does this crowd, because they brought everybody. Yeah. And I think like the understanding now of like, you got a huge crowd coming with you, and that's great. But like, if we keep all of our crowds here, look at how this like sells. You know what I'm saying? So I think like we reaching that point now. And also I think like the concept of ego is dying a little bit. And I think that that's beautiful too, because we've tried this like individualism for so long. But I think the combination of resources, even though we may not all be on the same thing, is valuable, it's important, and allows you to come in and take over spaces. Yeah. And then also it opens the door for like all of the people coming behind you, right? Because all of these pockets of creatives have artists coming behind them. There's a front man always, right? There's, you know, every group need a Nelly. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know, it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, every group need a Nelly, every group need an Eminem. You know what I mean? Like, every group need a 50 Cent. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that the ones coming behind you don't have value, don't have importance, and also can't add to these spaces in tremendous and incredible ways. You know what I mean? Buck and Lloyd both had hit albums after 50, and then the G Unit project went crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
His formula was a little different.
Yeah, he had a different formula.
Yeah, his formula was different. His formula was the opposite of Nelly's, whereas Nelly waited until he was like the guy.
That was the industry standard.
Yeah. Nelly followed the industry standard, and 50 was like,
said,
nah,
I'm gonna put them on when everybody anticipating my second album.
Yeah,
and that's what popped. No one else really did.
No, I don't know if a lot of people have done it since.
Nobody did it.
Nobody done it.
I ain't seen nobody do it like 50.
Like Drake,
he allowed that group to build on his momentum. Yeah. And I think a lot of artists historically, you tend to be very selfish, right? So I did the little like anonymous questions thing this week, which is hilarious. You guys are hilarious, but we're not getting into that. Like y'all, okay. Well, I'll tell you what I really think about that later, Chaz. But engagement. So I had a guy ask me this week, like, you know, would you date a rapper, right? And the answer to that is fuck no. Not then and not now. I think there is a lot of ego that comes into this space. The reality of it is this, and I'm gonna be let's keep it a buck because we don't lie on here. A lot of y'all were losers before you picked up that microphone. I was not cool niggas. Y'all couldn't dress. A lot of y'all still can't. You know, a lot of y'all need to be hollering at me. You need a stylist for real talk. But like, a lot of y'all were not cool or did not get attention, or weren't, maybe it's not even necessarily that, but like we're very socially awkward before you arrived in these spaces. And so now that you have this like extreme amount of attention on you, it goes to your head a little bit. And I'm not gonna deal with that.
And it's funny you say that because I'll be posting different artists in my story. They're like, oh, I used to know him. He was a nerd in school. I'm like, damn.
It's a lot of like, and it's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Like, you know, Logic built a whole career being the geek in the room. So like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I think when you're talking about dating, like, I'm not going to deal with your ego. I have one of my own. Yeah. And mine is much bigger and much more well established. So like, we can't both be princesses, boo. Sorry. But, you know, that's my rationale.
He will come to your closet with a crop top.
Really on that Ezekiel Elliott shit. Like, you're not finna be sexier than me in this relationship. That's crazy. But for me, that's I wouldn't date in art. I think there is a lot of ego. And I think like you see it like almost everywhere, right? Ego is what essentially has killed Nicki Minaj's career. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like ego is getting the best of Cardi. I'm super disappointed in her, man. You know, I'm a Cardi fan. I love that girl.
Disappointed for?
Come on, man. Like, you know, we love Steph. We got a lot of mutual friends with Steph, so we ain't gonna say nothing crazy about the boy. But you know, like, you gotta know what you deserve and stand on that. Like, and I don't think like and I said this like in the stories, it was mostly bullshit in the Not Gonna Lie questions this week, but you know, there were a couple of real ones in there. And something that I said that I really stand by is like, you know, I let a lot of people like mistreat me for way too long, and you end up building the attachment, and it's hard to let go of. You got to think like when you dealing with people, and especially when you're talking about children, you're not just talking about like relationships and attachments, you're talking about soul ties, and they're difficult to break, and you got to stand consistently like in your faith and in your boundaries in order to break them anyway. Facts. So like I think that there's a situation of like, come on man, you know what he on, baby, like this nigga got a brothel and you living in it voluntarily, and you make more money than him. Right. I don't think you take this shit when you make more money than a nigga. I think there are a lot of women who deal with a lot of things because they need some help. And I ain't judging that. I understand that, but I do think that happens often with women and some men. There's some gold digging niggas out here too. They take a lot more when they need some assistance, when they have come to, appreciate a certain level of lifestyle, and they know that without this person, they may not have it. But you getting more, doing more, you the A-list and he B, and you tolerating that from that? Come on, man. Like,
I just seen a video of her arguing too. I'm like, come on now.
What she saying?
We couldn't hear it. Like she was arguing with Stephon Diggs in the car. The video just came out. It just came out. I know you seen it.
Well, actually, shout out to Hale Zell. He DJ'd I think it was a Mother's Day event that Stephon just had out here.
Damn.
And so shout out to Zell. Truly like a pillar in this community, somebody who's like done it all, never satisfied, continues to grow, continues to learn, continues to put in the work. We got to try to get Zell on the show, but I really think there are some great things that Stephon is doing. I've watched him put on these camps for these kids. I've watched him do things for free. I went to high school with him. You know what I'm saying? So there's two sides to every man. You know what I mean? And I don't think that just because some mistakes get made doesn't mean we have the right to call him like a terrible person or anything. Y'all don't know that nigga neither.
No.
And there's some things that come with money and fame. You know what I mean? And some people are a little more prepared for what that means, for how that transition can change you, and are a little more stand up in it. And some people, they fall to it, and that's just life. And just like men fall to it, so do women. You know what I'm saying? So it's no judgments over here. You know what I mean? Everybody need an opportunity to grow. And just because it's something going on right now, don't mean that's who we gonna be forever. But that I ain't letting no nigga treat me like that in public. Like, a nigga gotta respect you enough to keep the shit private if that's what's gonna go on.
Facts.
I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. I was about to ask.
Let's get into it.
Have you? I was about to ask you real quick though. Have you dealt with your bouts with your ego doing this, music thing, and as you gain a community and fans, have you
had to check your ego?
Yeah.
So I came in the game with no ego. To be honest, that's why I was showing everybody love. Like, I think sometimes I be too humble. Everybody always check me on it. It's like, you too humble. You doing this? You doing that for everybody? I'm like, I got me though. Right. I know I got me. I haven't dealt with that at all yet. Thank God. I'm not that type of person yet. I don't want to be. So I know I say yeah, but I don't want to be that person.
Nah, I respect that, honestly. Like, I put this on the gram like a week ago, but I heard God say to me so clearly, like, humble yourself before I do it. Like, I woke up one morning and heard him say it in my ear. And so, I believe in that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with remaining humble and letting God do the elevation, because that's how it's supposed to work anyway. You know what I mean? Like, when you get into it, you don't got to tell nobody.
That's true.
And all of the niggas that's really getting to it don't have to say anything anyway. You think if Stephon walks into a room, he has to say anything? Not anymore. So, you know what I'm saying? So I think when you moving correctly, I think you humble yourself before God and you let God elevate you. And that way it lasts. Yeah, right? Because Nikki is proof. I can't go back to this enough. That hoe is proof that if you the only one elevating you and you not letting God do that for you, the fall is vicious and it is massive.
It's gonna eat you up alive.
Man, woo! You ain't got enough money in the world to make me trade places with that hoe. Oh my gosh. I cannot imagine what it is to wake up in her skin. That seemed like it sucks. Yeah. And honestly, this is also why you don't idolize these people who are in these positions that you're trying to reach. You have no idea what it took for them to get there, or what they dealing with in themselves to try to maintain
and
it.
Who they are
Behind these closed doors, behind this money, behind this fame, behind these accolades. Nicki is arguably one of the greatest rappers all time, to me, by far greatest female rapper all time. I think there's no question in competition on that. But look what it's come to.
Ego.
They're gonna mess around and wipe this out the history books just because she's a weirdo.
Yeah,
that's gotta suck.
They do. You can't be for everybody in your life.
That's true too. I think, but also I say this all the time with Nicki, and not excusing anything for Nicki, but she really did come up in a very in between era.
Yeah, she did.
And she came up in an era where the guys who really ran rap at that point in time, it was very ego driven, right? It was Jay versus Nas, and then Jay versus everybody. The game really rode on ego. Yeah. Your job was to think you were better than everyone else and then to spit something that proved it. And so I think because she was a woman who had bars that could compete with anybody, right? She smoked Jay on Monster. She smoked Ye on Monster. She smoked Rick on Monster, right? She's standing with who are icons in the game and killed all of them. So there was a point in time where
I Yeah, I still want to know why Rick Ross on that song.
Mess with me, you know, I was messing with it.
I ain't gonna lie, she never smoked.
Yeah, I know.
That's your favorite rapper?
No, she
That's his favorite. I'm not a Wayne fan at all.
It's not my favorite rapper. She's not a Wayne fan, so I always mess with her, you know.
Damn.
T.I.'s better than Wayne.
See, here we go. Right.
The
polls already demolished that when we did that poll. And
is that what they said in the poll?
They laughed at that.
I don't recall that being the case. I don't think that was.
We had a few casuals say, "Yeah, I like T.I. He's better than Wayne."
Okay, well. Okay.
But that new T.I. joint, Mr. Him, that joint all right though.
Yeah, that shit is.
T.I. still got it, man.
That's all right.
Yeah.
He always had it though. That's one thing like you could never take from T.I. Like T.I. had bars. He had like all the things. This is why he was so popular at one point in time. It's a whole lot of rappers that you love that never had a number one hit. Yes. Obviously, Wayne's not one of them. But like T.I. had hits. Like if I recall, like T.I. had like 8 or 9 number one songs. Like he was running shit for a minute. Yeah. So it's like, you know, one thing he never struggled with was the bars, but also he came at like just the right time. So he had all of the other things, right? The South was really, really emerging as like the leaders in it. He was cool. He had a lot of swag with him. He was a street, like a real street nigga too. Cause T.I. was getting in trouble for 10, 15 years after that record deal, going to jail and knocking niggas out and shootouts. He got what?
Beat up by Lil Flip.
He did what?
He got beat up by Lil Flip.
Is that real? Did that happen? I'm finna Google that. That don't sound right.
Lil Flip. So T.I. this Lil Flip.
Finna take a commercial break.
T.I. was trying to prove a point. So he drove to Houston. He went down there. He got beat up.
Nah, Flip was a terrible artist, but he wasn't no hoe. Like, yeah. Like.
But I get T.I. got balls. He went down there. He went all the way to Houston from Atlanta to prove a point.
And T.I. beat a lot of niggas up. It's not like he wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he wasn't like the guy to do that. He got in a lot of street fights, a lot of shootouts. Like he was a lot of things, but a sucker wasn't one of them.
Nah, not at all. So, I give him that one.
It is what it is.
So you said you hosting stuff too. Like, so what is your which one is you leaning into us more as, you know, both opportunities is coming up, you know, breaking the stage or hosting and doing like which one is?
So I'm still an artist at the end of the day, but a lot of people book me right now to host. And they are paying, so I'm like,
it is
checks.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a lot of those, and for real, to be honest, I don't like hosting for real. I just know how to talk.
Why not?
That's what it is, huh?
Why don't you like hosting?
I don't know. I feel like I'll be right here. Okay, I'm here all day. What do y'all do? What do y'all want? Like that's how I feel in my head. But like I said, I know how to talk to people. I know how to do a crowd and get a crowd engagement. I know how to do all that.
We'll probably edit that out for the purposes of your career.
No, for real.
No, they know that though. A lot of people book me. They know that. I tell them in advance. I'm like, yeah, but I'll do it though. I say that all the time.
Nah, facts. I love hosting. I mean, granted, I only did it once, and it was my shit. But I thought it was super fun. Like, and I mean, you know, it took me some time to kind of get comfortable, and I needed like a lot of little tips and stuff, like, you know, first time. But like, I was like, oh no, this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
I just be dancing around the room though. Like, I'm a goofball, so like. Many sides to my person.
And see, I don't like hosting my own shows though. When I throw shows, I don't want to host. I find somebody else to host.
Nah, facts. I agree with that. I think you gotta. I think you should focus on the thing.
I'm the doorman. I gotta write the artist names down. I gotta make sure they're good. Make sure the song gets sent. I'm security too. Yeah. I was like, all right, somebody else got it. Yeah.
I think there's benefit in it though. I think like when you host your own, you get to like set the tone in exactly the manner that you desire.
Yeah.
Whereas like when you rely on somebody else to do it, like, yeah, they're good at this, but like, are they like creating an atmosphere that I want to create? You know what I'm saying? Because people have their own styles to do everything, whether that's music, whether that's hosting, whatever your creative venture is, where you're using your voice in any capacity, people have their own style to that. So I think like you get to host your own stuff, like you get to like create the vibe.
But I don't trust everybody at my door. So I'm like,
nah, that's fine.
My money. Like, who take
that's fine. I respect that. So that's real.
That's a thing. I got control issues a little bit.
Okay.
So I can't.
Why is that?
I feel like people emotions and people do different shit that you don't do or feel. So it's like I want to do what I do. That's why I got a manager, because I want to buy the room in my business and I got connected with somebody else. But I'm like 7 niggas managers.
So you managing 7 artists.
Yeah. Well, 6 now.
6 artists as an artist.
Yeah.
So how is that?
It's actually different. It's fun because you can't put yourself first at all. I learned that. I seen how Nelly did it. I'm sorry, J. Cole, I love you. But I seen how J. Cole did it with Ari Lennox and JID. You got to put them first. Then you can come back after them. Just kill that shit, though, when you do it. But
and I will argue that J. Cole did not do it successfully.
He did.
That's why she left. So, like, it's a lot. But honestly, I think that's a great, like, pivot into that. Like, are you at all concerned that, like, focusing on that many artists and hosting and your career puts you in the back burner, like, in a way that, like, you're not going to be able to properly invest in yourself?
No, not at all. Because I got a plan B for everything. So this don't work. Then we communicate. I talk to my artists every week, like, what y'all doing, what's going on, boom, 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 all this. Like, I got 4 artists dropping this summer. So I'm like, okay, my album come out this summer also. So after y'all finish, I'm pushing forward.
Right.
I do think that says something about you as a person, that, like, there's no concern of competition or interference, like, because you have to truly believe that there's room for everybody to maneuver like that. Because, you know, like, there are artists like, no, like, they got friends doing music, right? They not on my label. I'm not necessarily promoting them. These just my homies in the industry. But when my album coming out, my album is coming out. And these are artists that already have millions of fans, millions of dollars. And it's like, no, they not touching these other people when they stuff is on the way. So I think, like, that requires, like, a level of faith that is incredible.
Patience, for real.
Nah, for real.
I don't want you to do one no more.
What's your view on, like, competition, though?
I don't care about competition. I actually, like, laugh at it. I find it funny. Even, like, for example, when we did Whammies, right? All the people nominated. I made jokes about it the whole week. Actually, the whole month. Even when I was there, I was drinking. I'm like, yeah, those are my peoples. Because, like, they good peoples. You know what I mean?
Did you get nominated for a Whammy?
I did. 2 years in a row. I lost both times. It's cool. And I told him, I say, I lost in a turtleneck. I be saying it. So I be like,
turtleneck.
I be saying a lot of stuff to them. Like, even beforehand, we did, like, a little, you remember Timmy Turner? Remember how there's, like, Dinkelberg? I tagged the artist that was nominated in the same category as me, and I collaborate with them all that, and we just talking trash the whole day.
That's beautiful.
So it's just fun. And people take stuff too serious. Like, just relax. Just have
Where'd
fun
you
with
get that from?
Which one?
Just that personality, you know,
Oh, I always had it like this. And then also I did change because I wasn't all this person too. I was a hothead at first. And then this is random, it's weird. But, like, when Whitney Houston died, that changed my direction. Cause I'm like, okay, she's a good person, boom, 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 all this stuff. So I'm like, I like how everybody thought of her, boom, boom. So I was like, and that's how I'm like,
you want me to remember like that?
I gotta do that, huh?
You want me to remember?
Yeah, like that? And just, like, she showed everybody love, and I showed everybody love anyway. But
she did though. Whitney was, like, a very supportive artist.
Yeah, and she was still successful doing it.
Like a very much a counter to, like, a Mariah Carey, who is completely unsupportive of anybody else, and, like, in fact, is, like, almost a little nasty to artists sometimes. Like, the way she was looking at Money Long, that award show, when she was singing her shit, it was like, damn, you ain't had to, come on, man.
Right, you
like,
just smile, do the fake smile. Like,
yeah, like, but you know what? Prince used to do that too. He was cooking Trey songs with his eyes when he sang Purple Rain.
Don't mess it up. Yeah, that was bad. I'm sorry, no.
You know, Trey Songz hit them little notes, the little bangs.
Actually disrespectful for real.
Yeah, to put Trey Songz on that.
Yeah.
I think
y'all chose for real.
Yeah, like, I think putting Trey Songz on anybody else's music is low key disrespectful.
Yeah,
he has a very, and I mean,
I like his first album though, Trey Songz.
Yeah, first album was told. The second one was too. With the I Invented Sex and all that joint on there. That was the hit joint. You ain't mess with it.
After the first,
that was the commercial joint though. Yeah.
The first one was like, that was him.
Yeah, that was the soul music. The second one, you know, he come back with a haircut. He trying to sell records. I mean, the game is the game, Chaz. You gotta let that shit go. Be like,
I mean, I know what it is. That's what's up, but I don't have to like it because I know what y'all buy. That's what's up. I ain't mad at you.
He got a very unique voice though. He not somebody that I think, but I ain't gonna lie, like, as of late, I feel like there's a trend where, like, people are destroying these, like, performances meant to, like, honor these artists. I feel like very rarely, like, I'm not gonna lie, the Usher tribute, I don't care what y'all say, that was awful. And those are all talented people who did the tribute, but it was all women though. Yeah, so it was like Coco Jones did, There Goes My Baby. Tiana Taylor and Victoria Monet did Bad Girl. Keke Palmer did, I think it was You Don't Have to Call. And I thought it was abysmal. And all of them are wonderful. They're talented. I love all of them. I talk about Coco Jones on here all the time, but I just don't think they were the right people for that homage.
Yeah. I was wondering, like, who picks them? Like, who picks them?
I'll be wondering that because I know it's like some people who can do this well. Like, I'll give you a perfect one, right? They were given I think it was like a ceremony like that for like New Edition, right? So they gave like Johnny a song, Ralph got one, and I remember it was I think his name is Luke James, exactly, who did My for Johnny Gill, and he smoked it.
Yeah,
it was perfect. You know, that's what you have to do. But is Luke James like the more popular artist? No, we know who he is. He just hasn't crossed over. Not to say that can't happen for him. It just hasn't happened yet. But it's like, no, we picked the best for this. I felt like with Usher, they went with popularity.
they did.
And those voices, those song choices even were not right for this homage.
Right, because where Chris Brown at? He should have. They could use this Sierra.
We gotta get into that too. Y'all heard that new Chris Brown album?
I ain't hear
No,
it.
I ain't
It's a lot of songs.
It's 22 songs or so. The reviews on it are pretty terrible. And he came out, I believe it was this week. Like, you know, if you're not a fan of mine, then you shouldn't listen to it. And I respect that perspective. But as a Chris Brown fan, that album was terrible.
Damn.
But his music always hit years down the line. Something get viral on TikTok that from an album that was 2 years old, and
That's
the next thing you know,
That's real.
You know.
Sometimes you do got to sit with music though. I would say, like, as far as my first, I've only heard it like twice at this point, right? Because it's really long. And also I don't really love it. You know what I mean? And I think It Depends set the bar very high also. Gotcha. And also it came out last summer. And you waited this long to put this album out. Yeah, so, you know, your biggest and best single was almost a year ago. And, you know, you got to put it on this album because you need the streams off of it. But I like, in listening to the album twice, it's not it for me. And I typically love Chris Brown's albums, even the albums that have 1 million songs on them. I don't know what it is, like the Coke be Coking or whatever it is, but like Chris is usually very good at a full body of work to me. This is the first album I've heard from him in a while where I was just like, he sounded very unfocused. And like he was searching for a hit. He was searching for something as big as It Depends. And none of it is that. That's how it sounded. And I'm telling you that as like a fan of Chris Brown. And I know, you know, everybody has a problem with women being a fan of Chris Brown. But let me tell you something.
That's a thing?
That's a thing on Twitter specifically.
Oh, for real? What?
You know, the abuse charges.
Okay, he was a teenager.
I have a very simple perspective on that. He wasn't a teenager. That's the first thing.
19.
He was in his 20s.
Oh, he was?
He was in his early 20s when that happened.
I thought it was 19.
But my whole thing is like, Chris paid his debt for that situation. Yep. And as Black folks specifically, we need to be okay with a man making a mistake, paying his debt for that mistake, and being able to move forward because nobody else is going to give us that opportunity, clearly. But at the end of the day, like, there are a ton of other men making bigger mistakes than him who haven't had to pay for them at all and are flourishing. We're not going to say their names, but y'all know who they are. It's a whole lot of that going on right now. So we need as a community to be able to say, like, man, the boy made a mistake. He ain't perfect. You don't like the way he living, that he got 1 million baby mothers. You ain't got to live that boy life.
Facts.
But he paid his debt. Like, how long y'all gonna hold that over him? Like, honestly, like
forever, because it was Rihanna.
Yeah,
but Rihanna forgave.
So
him. Like,
no, we know that, but
so she forgave him.
So you telling me she could forgive him and I can't?
People were finicky.
Yeah, that's real.
I feel like people just look for problems in general. They just want something.
That's real. But also, like, you know, beating a woman, that at that point in time, it seems a lot less sensitive now, but at that point in time, it was a very, very sensitive area anyway. That was something that was ruining almost anybody's career. Yeah, you get called beating if you Black, you know, a little different if you don't know that. But if you Black and beating on women like that, it was a career killer for anybody. But you know, especially like the kind of proof that they had on the boy, you know what I mean? Like, and he, you know, he owned it. That's something I can say that half the NFL hasn't done.
They both was fighting each other.
Yeah, like he owned it. He messed up. He made a mistake. That's fair. That he's entitled to that. But like, it's a whole lot of niggas like Antonio Brown. Like, he's still running around here. Like,
it wasn't Ike. I tell you that much.
Nah, it wasn't.
That man, Ike was different, bro.
Boy, you ever seen that interview with Ike?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was
like,
saying, he did.
She made me do that. I needed PR. Like, I needed Bill Cosby's PR. Like,
care about life.
He explained it.
Nah,
yeah, this is how I beat it.
Like, I hit her because she always walking around sad. I hit bitch. Why you sad?
Yeah,
like, I'm like, this nigga was crazy for real. Like rest in hell. Like honestly, like
I never heard that.
He was wild for that. Like,
so go ahead, man. I know you want to talk about your boy.
He's not my boy anymore. Let me issue that disclaimer. Okay.
Who is it?
This is no longer my favorite artist. I'm disappointed. You know, the reality is like he was making music for me. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. He was making party and call music for me. But a sucker is a sucker, and we ain't never not acknowledging that up here.
But
you know that about me,
no
Chaz.
facts. But most of the you just explained how before you pick up a mic, they was lame and this, that, and the third. So that's no pun intended.
Here's the thing though. At some point, like you've watched people transition out of that a little bit. That could be said about a lot of artists.
Hold on. You can transition out of what? Being what?
I think you could transition out of being corny. I do.
You can't.
I think you could transition out of being corny. No?
You can't.
All right, well, I wouldn't know. I'm not a corny motherfucker. I can't relate to none of this. I don't know
who you are.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't
the
live
character,
like that.
The character you could make it seem like
you telling me there's no artist who was probably I'm scared to say it.
You don't have, I mean, yeah.
But what are we talking about when we say corny? Like we talking about just clothes or personality?
I mean, I'm going off how because that's subjective too.
I think there's levels to corny.
It is levels to it.
I think you can learn how to dress, right? I think it's guys that like
character to me.
Okay, it's character corny. Okay, and Drake is definitely a corny character.
So there's a lot of corny characters.
There's a lot of corny characters in Drake.
You're not going out of that.
But I think everybody, I think you can move into a cooler space as far as the aesthetic is concerned. But there's a lot of people who wouldn't mess with these guys if they were still dressing like they used to dress, having the haircuts they used to have. Like I'm looking back at some of these Kendrick fits, and it's like, whoa, there's been growth. You look at Kendrick before Section 80, and then look at Kendrick at the first Super Bowl performance with Dr. Dre. Them two different niggas.
Yeah, but the character wasn't corny.
That's true. That's true. He was never corny as a person.
That's what I'm talking
about.
True. You know what I'm saying?
Drake, I think the thing about Drake that made him easier to deal with prior to everything within the last 5 years is that he embraced I'm not a cool guy, I'm emotional, he embraced that about himself. I appreciated what I felt like was a more authentic presentation. But I'm not making no excuses for the bitch that he's become.
Damn.
So I'm we're not gonna do that today.
Hey, yo.
That being the case, right?
Oh shit.
Iceman is on the way. Most anticipated album of the year or least anticipated album of the year? Let me know, Brandon.
I think second most anticipated album of the year.
Second most anticipated. Why?
I think everybody waiting for a response. They just want him to say something. That's all they want. They just want to see what he want to say. That's all they want.
No, they know at this point it's over.
No, but Drake, he liked to say
think he would be crazy to say something.
I think people just
he
want
need to move that
party
on.
Nah, I don't think he'll do it. I think
we're looking for the party again, honestly.
Yeah, people want
it's gonna be on that, but I don't know if I've seen a real track listen. But the way I'm looking at it, I think Kanye and Cardi B was on it. So we're gonna see something if that's the real track listen.
Kanye's on it? Nah, I can't.
I'm like, I hope he
ain't no way.
Because we're gonna see.
Because people waiting on, and I'm not the Drake fan or whatever, but just being in music, people were waiting for the past few years since he's been quiet. People ain't get a chance to just groove like they want to, and I'm seeing that on the timeline. People just want to go to a cookout or whatever party event.
We want the bops back.
We do.
They want.
We want the bops.
We do. And
that's his only claim.
Which is crazy because hip hop was coming back as a resurgence of lyrics and where it started. And now people anticipate because they want to bop again.
Niggas getting warm outside.
People are tired of thinking.
Shit,
they know Drake not about that.
So that's crazy.
It's about to be summer.
So people are tired of thinking, right?
We got artists that still.
It's about to be summer.
So what type of artistry are you?
It depends on the beat, to be honest. So I can go different directions. So that's why I get booked for so many shows, because I could give you different stuff.
Not gonna lie, feels like a bit of a cop out.
No,
I mean,
it's not like so.
But. All right, let me say this. It makes sense because you manage 6 artists, you host, you do that. So that makes sense. I can live with your answer on that one.
So for example, right, Fake Love is a punk rock song. I'm not rapping at all on the whole song. I had to go to the studio 3 different times because my voice kept going out. Then the song before that was a New Orleans bound song. The song before that was a Southern song. I had a song before that was a New York vibe. So how I feel, I'm picky with beats too. I'm real picky. I'm picky as hell.
So do y'all think this Drake album gonna be classic?
No.
Honestly, I think it's gonna be terrible. I think like Drake done put out 56 songs since that beef, and all of them, pretty much all of them have been terrible.
Yeah.
So,
but it was him though. I think it's the perception, like something in that battle changed people's psyche on this man.
Nah, Drake changed psyche in that joint too, because Drake got fucked up mentally.
I'm not gonna lie, like Kendrick really like. He brought the Black History Month about a beat. Like I can't lie to you. Like I really was like, man, you right. Like I can't fuck with this cornball ass nigga no more. Like you right. I'm not black enough. Like this is wrong. I'm already light skinned. I ain't got to tan y'all, but I'm already like I can't keep dealing with this type of shit. I'm embarrassing us all. I'm sick of this shit. No, I'm over that. No. Fuck Iceman. I'm sorry. That album's gonna be trash.
They trying to sue. I was like, come on.
And then he tried to sue.
That's what made it worse. They said no.
That's what he killed
again. I was like, stop. Take the L. Just take the L and go L.
But I will say this about Iceman. I'm curious only because the fan base has changed. It's not us anymore. So I'm very curious because you're talking about somebody who is like a very insecure people pleaser. Yeah. And all of this is going to come across on this album. It's been coming across. So I am very curious about like, have you been healing from any of this? Because it's very clear that boy broke your heart.
That is.
Like, he was crying in the corner with a puppy and a goldfish. It is what it is. So I'm very curious about like, has there been any healing from this? Or is this all still like, y'all think I care about what these niggas think about me? Yes, that's why you sued.
Yeah.
If you didn't care, then it would have just been what it was, which was a battle.
That's true.
And also you humiliated yourself in the suit because you lost anyway. So like, you look like a bitch twice. So that's crazy to me. Like, and listen, he
was just trying to save his bag.
It was bad. It was real bad. And then the song, not like us, went everywhere. Different countries, all that. He was like, damn, I can't escape it.
And then the nigga had the biggest tour, like one of the biggest tours all time. The biggest tour of the year. Like, he buying tickets for people. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, then he went to your city.
You know how you know he didn't do that? Because niggas who like are not authentically making this money, they tour for much longer.
Yeah.
Like when you have 86 tour dates and that's it, like we do, 20 shows here, 20 shows here, 20 shows here. We're going to spread it out all across the country and then we done. And he disappeared again. That's how you know it was legit. Yeah. Because the niggas who really not making a bag off of this, they have to tour forever. Or you have and that's the other side of it too, right? Like Kendrick did half the shows that Drake did and made more money.
Yeah. So
who really the sucker in this whole situation? Who really getting to it out here? He made more with less. So I'm not. I don't think I'm just saying this for the record. Like if Iceman is good, I do think that there are some benefits to that as far as like, we do Mr. Bops. You know what I mean? It's about to be summer, it's getting warm outside. Like we Mr. Bops, man. Like, I'm just like everybody else when it comes to that. Like I got some shallow taste too. But so if it's bopping, then it is what it is. But if we're just asking what I think, I don't think it's gonna be good. Because I don't think that Drake has done the inner work that it would take, the shadow work that it would take to create an introspective album. There was a lot of honesty on those Drake albums, which is how you know that a lot of like the stuff that came out from him later, like on these streams and all this corny shit, this 40-year-old nigga hanging out with 12 girls. like I think that's why like the proof of like who you really are is laid bare on a lot of those albums. There was a lot of honesty there. We're not gonna take away what the nigga built, but at the end of the day, like I think like you have not grown from any of this. I think it's present all through your social media. It's present in the other 50 pieces of shit that you put out that nobody cared about. Cause that's been the whole talk. It's like, that's the talk. It's like, oh, the industry missed Drake and like the hits ain't been coming no more. This nigga done put out 100 songs since then. He's the reason the hits not coming. Y'all talking about it like they ostracized this nigga. He still got the same amount of money, the same amount of fame, a bigger fan base. The fan base is different. Ain't no niggas in it no more. But the fan base is still the fan base. You not being able to cultivate hits is your fault. Yeah. Ain't nobody doing that to you. And if I gotta hear 16 damn songs on here about him blaming other niggas for why he hasn't been successful, I'ma scream.
He gonna do one song like that. I just know it. I got a feeling. He need Quentin Miller back.
Yeah, in fact, that's what it really is. You gotta bring them ghostwriters back, baby. Like you've been trying to do this on your own for these last 50 records and it ain't working. You got to go ahead and bring the ghostwriters back.
Yeah.
Everybody already saying that about you anyway. You already wiped out the history books. Don't none of the real niggas respect you no more. Any of the real niggas who was showing you respect was only doing it because they needed a song with you. You ain't the hit maker no more. You need to go ahead and bring them writers back and get some hits going on.
Yes, that's right.
Quentin, you need to put your foot in the door, baby.
Like, where you at?
It's the time. This is the time for Quentin to be like, hey, bro, like, I know we had some issues in the past, but like, do you need some money? You know what I'm saying? Like, perfect timing. Like,
Hey.
he need to come back. Like,
But
I think this is time.
we ain't got sign NDA.
The legacy is wiped out anyway, so now it's only about the hits. He need to put in some calls. He need to call Meek Mill. They need to get another little situation going on. What was the going bad? They need to get another one of them. Like, he need to put in some phone calls. I hope he did.
I do have a question though. Is Drake in y'all top 10 of all time at all?
Nope, not anymore.
Yeah, mine's Stevie. He never was in mine.
I admit he was in mine, but that probably was like, I think that there are all-time lists,
Yeah.
and then I think that they're like, this is what I'm listening to. This is what I've been listening to last 5 years type shit.
It's funny, y'all.
I gotta keep it a buck, man. Like, I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Like, no, the nigga was in my top of the tops. Like, I was a Drake stan. I ain't gonna sit here and tell no lies. Quite frankly, I'm a woman.
because
So whatever.
So because he was in there, the music he was in there based on what he did produce. Music-wise. It's still there though. So how does that knock him down? If it's
because I'm a grown up now and I ain't dealing with no bitches.
It's the principle and the character.
I ain't dealing with no whole ass shit. I'm too old.
principal character, huh?
35, baby. Like I'm not dealing with no more whole ass shit. I'm sick of all this whole
Does
ass
that
shit.
apply with all artists, or it's just because he got ousted?
I feel like it could apply to all artists, but all artists don't get the same backlash.
Why do you think that is? All artists don't get the same backlash.
Because I think for certain artists, people see it certain ways. So they're like, okay, this person never been touched, or this person already corny. So somebody's waiting for certain people to have certain things to happen.
You feel like people was waiting on Drake's downfall?
People wanted to see it happen. They just want to see, could it happen?
Really?
And Kendrick like, got it. And I ain't gonna lie, it was for Future. None of this would happen because Future's like, I don't know what happened. Like, that'd be hard. I was like, damn.
Yeah, must have went crazy on that.
Damn.
Yeah, must have went crazy.
And my favorite part of the whole
You went crazy
song,
the whole battle, ain't it?
Yeah. the best part of the whole song was when Kendrick was like, oh, I was like, damn, he said it for 2 bars. Then he said it again. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
Shit.
And also the Big 3 line.
Yeah.
Because it directly addressed For All the Dogs.
Yeah.
Or whatever that album was.
And I'm a Cole fan, so I was like, I ain't gonna.
Yeah.
But I ain't like that last album. But,
You didn't?
No, I did not.
No,
I
that
thought it
was
was actually
ass.
good.
I didn't like it.
Mm.
I think it was the production that did it for me. It wasn't the lyrics. I didn't think the lyrics were a problem. But I thought like production wise, it really gave like
It's weak.
it was weak. It was unpolished.
Mhm.
And I think like Cole has like almost like systematically grown into like, to me, like the premier artist in the space
Mhm.
because he has like an authenticity that I think a lot of these artists have lost along the way. I think there's a polish of like somebody who is working on his craft constantly to get better, to improve, whose ears to the street. He listening to everybody else's music too. He knows what's going on. He knows what's occurring in the space. He's grown as a man. I'm a father, I'm a husband. I take those things seriously. I'm not going to let you knock me off my pivot, and I'm not creating no music that my wife and my kids can't listen to with respect. I just feel like he had finally arrived in a place where it was like, to me, Cole had reached like a point of like near perfection as far as like perfecting the craft. And then I thought that album was a step backwards.
Yeah.
Lyrically, I thought it was sound. I don't think Cole is ever not sound, but just from the perspective of enjoyment and listening, it was just like, this is like 3 steps back, bro. Like, what happened? Like you were so focused on the lyrics that you forgot to create what I think is like a very, very good body of work.
Yeah.
And I think that that's where beats come in. And I do think that beats are important in order to create a level of cohesion with a body of work, because Cole is like not necessarily the singles guy. He is the guy that creates the best bodies of work, arguably better than maybe, the other 2 guys he in competition with in a lot of spaces. There are a lot of Drake albums that I felt like he had a shit ton of hits on them, but the bodies were not strong. Scorpion is a great example of that. A shitty body of work that had a lot of hits on it.
Yeah.
But I think like Cole was somebody like full bodies of work, near perfect. That album, it just felt like a regression.
Yeah. I felt like he was overthinking the whole album process. She was like, okay, I know.
Yeah, it felt nervous.
And boom, here I go.
Like I've been talking about this for 4 years. I got to put something out, and like I'm not. And he said he wasn't happy with the album.
Damn,
Like he went right back in the studio and started working after that. He heard it once he got mixed and mastered and was like, nah, this wasn't the one. Because this was really supposed to be a retirement album. You can't retire on this shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not strong enough. It's not solid enough.
Nope. It's sold, but nope, not strong enough.
So it's just making music now in this space. How can you be creative now? Like, what is the direction artists go? Because it sounds to me like no matter who you are, the consumer ears are starting to be different. They in transition. They don't know if they want to think or want to party still. So how is it as an artist creating in this space? Because outside, I guess last year people loved the Clips album. Nobody really praising albums that's dropping.
Yeah.
And these is legends that's releasing music. You know, so what is that creative process like for you now, going into this space of transition?
And see, for me, I don't care about like what people like or they don't like. I make music that I like. I want to be able to hear my song over and over. To me, I'm like, because I see a lot of artists, they make music that they think people want to hear, and it's temporary when they do that. That's it. It goes away. You gotta make quality. You make quality. It's not gonna last.
And I think there's two sides to that, right? Yeah. I think one side of it that concerns me is it's like, if you're not making music for other people to like, then why put it out publicly? Right? So how true is that? But I think the other side of it is the reality with creation is that you do need to love it. And when you like create art and you put it out to the world, you understand that it doesn't belong to you anymore. And so you kind of have to let it be that. Like, you have to put it out with the understanding that there may be people who hate this. And I honestly, like, I may not be a fan of Mr. Brown, right? Which is the name of the actual album. I'm not saying Chris Brown. But like, I might not be a fan of that album, but I respect that he's like, no, I like this album. And I made this for my fans who really fuck with me. And if you don't like it, I don't care. So I respect that he's really arrived at that point in his career. But I think that the truth is, like, you know, you never really know what's going on with people behind closed doors. But I think, you know, you can always say, like, I don't care what people think. That album sounded like you gave a lot of a fuck about it. Because it sounded like you was chasing It Depends. And you did so unsuccessfully. So, I mean, like, I think, like, you could say that, like, but do you believe that? Not to say that you don't. Just to say, like, we talking about this in a relevant space of music of what's happening right now. I think, like, you do need to fall completely in love with the body of work and then understand that once you release it, it's no longer yours.
I feel like also, like, when you release music, you can be like, okay, like when I release music, right? Like I said, I don't care about how people feel about it, but I'm just like, will people like it once I put it out? If they don't like it, I'm like,
ain't nothing you can do about it.
That's what it is.
Ain't nothing you can do about it. And
like
you gotta be okay with
it. Like, I just like, damn, people like this shit. I was like, I'm nervous as shit when I push the damn button. But hey.
And I think, like, also understanding your audience is key, right? So you can have music that, like, you know, that was one of the things that, you know, Drake was pretty good at. He was able to kind of do music with anybody that he wanted and make it sound like whatever that particular genre was. Like, if he want to do Afro beats, he do Afro beats. You know what I'm saying? He want to do a country song, he do a country song. He want to do some backpack shit, he do some backpack shit. You know what I mean? Like, he want to do some R&B shit, he do some R&B shit. Like, I think, like, his versatility is what made him, you know, the guy, because he could go in any space and create a hit.
That's right.
But also, I think that puts a lot of pressure on Iceman. Because if this album is terrible, and I anticipate that it won't be very good.
Damn.
Yeah, I think it's over.
Damn.
I think we're talking about legitimately, like, careers end all the time.
Yeah.
Nelly and Eminem used to be them niggas.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, they still got all the respect. You know what I mean? That's what happens when you move with some honor. But you know what I mean? They could still do a Super Bowl and I want to see it. I'm waiting on Nelly to come on the Super Bowl stage and hit me with the Adelaide, Bobby, what's Bobby the Dime? I'm still waiting on it. I think Nelly could give you, not as a solo artist, but as a feature on a Dr. Dre level type of stage. You know what I mean? Like, we could do a Southern performance and bring Nelly up there, and he could do Where the Party At and go nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather hear Nelly first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that there are artists who garnered respect because they handle things a certain way. I think Drake walks away from this. If this album is not good, you walk away with the legacy completely in jeopardy, because this is the album that determines whether or not you still deserve to be here.
I think it's gonna be good though.
It'll be around because I think people are gonna like it because it's Drake.
You know why I don't agree with that? Right. This is the reality when you talk about popularity. Popularity is always dictated by Black people, right? we introduce it, we make it cool, and then people steal it, right? How long do you think Drake lasts when we no longer think he's cool? How popular do you think he stays then? That was his advantage.
Yeah.
That he was cool to this population of people, even if it was only women. Because niggas was bopping to him in the club. I think once we stop thinking it's cool, when we stop thinking it's relevant, when we stop thinking it has value, that trickles down because we control culture.
No, I agree. Who have we done that for?
Like in a positive way or negative way?
Who? Yeah, okay, negative. Like who has we said, oh, this not cool no more. We ain't rocking with them no more. Who have we done that for?
The Game.
The Game make good albums too, though.
Nah,
he do. He do.
He make
the Game make good albums. Bitches ain't selling. This nigga selling 8,000 units.
Yeah, okay.
Meek Mill. Sorry.
Okay, all right,
yeah.
I fuck with Meek.
That's a good example. My man. I gotta dap you up on that one.
Yeah.
That was a solid one right there.
Now I like Meek though, but can't defend him. It kept getting corny. It's like,
it got corny and corny. I really blame Nicki for this shit. That bitch was ruining. Oh my God. Yeah, that was your fault, girl. I'm serious. Like the second that he got with that hoe, it got lamer and lamer every year, and it just never stopped. Like it was just like she exposed the cornball within him, and it just never stopped rolling down the hill of corny.
And we know he was corny until later on. We like,
I didn't know the nigga was corny till Nicki. She brought the lame out of motherfucking. He could never put it back in the box.
Yep.
Okay. That's interesting.
I'm telling you, I think it's real as hell. Like honestly, like I think if this album not good, it's gonna be over with. But also, like on the other side of that, right? Who are the most anticipated albums of this year? Who do we want to hear from? Because I like my issue with Iceman is just curiosity. I don't think it's gonna be good. I'm being genuine with you.
See, so like you said, so nobody wants to hear music from nobody unless it's a new.
If Kim put out a surprise album like Beyonce did that year, shit.
Who?
If Kendrick put out a surprise album, like,
nah,
you don't think it's going crazy?
That's going crazy, but I don't think people gonna. It's not going up on that K.
So they waiting on that new prodigy to come up.
So, oh my bad. I said second most anticipated. I'm gonna say third.
Okay, who's the first two?
Rihanna and Beyonce.
What? Rihanna, all right.
People wait.
Who's putting the album out?
Beyonce, no, but Rihanna, I think people was anticipating.
Why do you think
that shit ain't coming out?
But people just waiting
that's
for
why they
Y'all niggas let the fuck go. Like, honestly, like, I'm getting sick of this shit. Rihanna is not putting out no more music. Rocky would have to break her heart for that to happen.
He gonna break it out.
You're not getting a Rihanna album. This bitch pregnant right now. She got twins on the way.
That's why she's saying pregnant. Unless they force her to.
She's going to a Jay-Z and Beyonce party.
She don't need the money.
It's not
she
about
don't need the fame.
It's not
she
about.
Don't need the accolades.
Listen, it's not about what she needs, though. You know this. It's about what the machine needs. If the machine want to eat, you gonna get your ass out there and give me some making music.
Not at $1 billion. I'm not. I think $1 billion is how you begin to like make the machine turn on itself. Unless you Jay-Z.
No, because that
you do whatever they say.
Unless you Mike. Because that money is not, again, Kanye showed you to a degree that's not really your money. It's your credit. So I can turn off the switch.
Yeah, they can turn off the tap. That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So if the machines say, you know what, I need a distraction, Rihanna, get out there and do it. What you want to do?
That's crazy. I'm going to be real. And this is the ugly side of it, right? It's like, Rihanna, she at the Met Gala, Beyonce at the Met Gala. They was looking a little thick, y'all. And I love it. But I think when you talk about like moving into these albums and then these tours, these things matter to people. We live in a very shallow society.
Yeah.
Right. And there's already this issue with Tyler where people are turning on Rihanna because Tyler is the more attractive one right now. And so, like, there are a lot of these youngins who are fans of Tyler who do not understand the legacy that Rihanna created for herself, how truly popular she was. Rihanna, you talking about 10 number one hits. Like, this shorty ain't no game.
Damn, she had like 17.
Yeah, like, I'm just thinking the ones I could name off. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about somebody who was a certified hit maker, right? And the game has changed. You know what I'm saying? Like the game has changed. And so the reality of like coming out with a Beyonce or Rihanna album when you got all these kids and all of this comfort, like you got to get back in the gym for people to buy this shit too. Rihanna could not put out an album tomorrow at the weight that she was at the Met Gala, which is ridiculous and ugly and unfair of some of y'all. But it's the reality of why this Tyler situation came out the way that it was. It's like, oh, like Tyler bad and Rihanna not bad no more and that bitch jealous. Like, bitch, I got $1 billion. I had 150 M's in a bank when I was this bitch age. And 8 number ones. Are you crazy? You think I'm jealous of this bitch who done stole her whole blueprint from me? Any outfit you ever seen this little hoe in, she stole it from a Rihanna campaign. I think it's ridiculous that we're having this conversation. But the truth is that is how the industry works. It's shallow, it's vain, and ain't nobody going to see no fat girls on tour. Yeah. Lizzo was the onlyest one.
She came in.
Name 3 other fat bitches that been on tour but Lizzo. I give you 10 minutes and $10 right now.
Jill count?
No, different. First of all, there's fat and
no.
And Jill was hot and thick. She was thick A. That's a different type of thing.
Jilly from Philly.
No, Jilly from Philly was a different one. She wasn't fat. She was thick as sail, boy. But also different type of artist, different level of authenticity, different position in the game. These things matter.
Yep, I do.
You can be Jasmine Sullivan and get out here and go crazy, you know, in the chitlin circuit, you know, which is essentially what it is now. We ain't gonna put no punches on it. Like, this is what it is. But you cannot be Hot 100 and come out at the size that Beyonce and Rihanna are and still have people receive it. That's the ugliest part of the game, but it is the reality of the game.
Yeah.
They will have to get into the gym. Beachella. Right?
Yep.
One of the most fun documentaries I've ever watched. Beyonce talked about how she had to kill herself to get ready for that. And she said, I would never do this again. And when you're talking about the kind of tours that a Beyonce and a Rihanna do, you're talking about, 20, 30 countries. Yep. You're talking about touring for a year or more. You have to also be in a certain type of shape to do that every night. So it's not just about the aesthetic. It's about the functionality of the kind of tours that they bring. These are high energy, big stage tours that have a lot of dances, a lot of movement. And Beyonce, you know what she on? All night.
All day.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to be in a certain kind of shape to come out like that. So no, Beyonce not finna just drop no album in the next 6 months because it would take longer than that to get right in the gym and not have to hurt herself the way she did Beachella. And she already said she wasn't doing that shit again. And mind you, that was right after a kid.
I got Act 3 coming out this month.
Shout out to Act 3, baby. We need that to go number 1, man. Make sure y'all cop that Hot 100.
All right. Flip the script.
Okay.
All right, that's a good question. For the sake of time, I'm gonna give you this one, maybe 2, but I'm gonna give you this one. You pick your answer and then kind of go in a little depth of why.
All right, that's great.
So you do so many things, right? So would you rather be the front man that everybody sees or the person behind the scenes who actually controls the vision?
I'd rather be behind everybody. I control the vision. I like to see how everything's gonna execute properly. Sometimes I do a lot of stuff people don't know it's me. Or know I'm behind it. So I don't know. I don't care about the props. As long as I see it coming to light.
Okay. Would you rather be loved for your talent or loved for who you are when the music stops?
I love for who I am when the music stops. Because at the end of the day, you're not gonna rap forever. You can, but you're not going to.
Right.
So.
Okay. Yes, sir. I mean, that was it. Yeah.
And I think that's real as hell too. Like, I think what I love about Fat Joe and like Jadakiss podcast, right, is that there's like this legendary aura behind them, and so you willing to listen to what they have to say. But there is a transition that has to occur at some point, right? Like, I think one of LL's biggest mistakes was making albums for way too long. And it felt like
mistake. Why you say mistake?
Because I think like while LL still had the flow, it gets to a point where it feels a little out of touch.
I mean, yeah, for the younger audience, but
nah, because it's like he's still rapping young shit too. Like LL has always had flow, but he's always, I think, tried to like recapture that youthful essence. And so like, like he was 40, he was like 45 making Shake It Baby, Shake It. Like
he made a new song, new album like two years ago.
And to me, it's like if you, I think what makes Andre 3000 timeless, and I feel like we still need that album.
Yeah.
Right. We still need the fucking 3000 album. But I think what makes him special is he get on these songs and it feels authentic. It feels right now. Like this is exactly what, like this shit happened yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Andre ever tries to be somebody that he's not. And every era of music that he creates, it feels real, it feels authentic, it feels present. And I think that that's where a lot of rappers have struggled to like make the transition in their careers. Is like, you're used to creating this music that like kind of captures this particular moment of your life. Well, you're not in that moment anymore. You're 50 now. And I want to hear something authentic to where you sit right now. And if Andre can do it, y'all niggas could do it too. Y'all are talented. But your desire to capture your youth instead of like moving forward, it disgusts me.
Because they want to capture the youth.
You need to get the fuck over there. Y'all not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Andre don't really care to capture the youth.
And that's his superpower.
Yeah.
Andre's desire to only be Andre, to live in the moment of his own life, to not be like, to need to be embraced by teenagers is his superpower. And I think that's where LL failed.
Badly.
Because there was a moment where it's like, nah, he still has like an audience, but you got to transition his music though. You need to grow up. And it's like, yeah, a nigga growing in real life, you got to put this shit on wax too though.
Yeah.
You going in the studio and trying to be Hove or whatever you think this is because you're still jealous of that Def Jam shit or whatever. Like, nigga, I need you to grow up on these records too.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of artists miss that. Even with like Eminem, right? The last album, what was it? Kamikaze, I think it was. I felt like he was being authentic the way he was right then, right there. He wasn't trying to be old Eminem. He like, nigga, this is where I'm at right now. I mean, well, you know, not nigga. But, you know, like this is where I'm at right now. Like, you know, like and it was authentic to him and also very successful.
That's what you get to the point, like he said earlier, I don't really care what people think. That's when you get to that level. But the LL still, again, I mean, he want to still perform and tour and get in the movie scene. So I need the younger people to embrace me so I can still have a face card to go and
I don't agree with
capture.
We got to pivot.
I don't agree with that.
Somewhere else.
Am I not 35? Like, do I not still listen to music? Do I not still listen to albums? And is your chance of having an album successful better with me?
Yeah, but the 35 is, you may go to a show or whatnot, but you're not consuming as you once did, like the youngest are.
That's true. That's true. You do get stuck in your ways. Yeah, I'm listening to a lot of playlists, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what
I ain't gonna lie, I listen to the same 400 songs all day.
You know
like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
All right, last one. I'm sorry, man. I got because he said something early, right? Would you rather keep proving people wrong forever or finally feel like you don't have anything left to prove?
Shit, I'm sorry. I gotta keep proving people wrong forever. I'm sorry. I got to. I think for me, I think because so many people doubt me and always doubted me, I'm like, I gotta keep proving y'all over and over. Like, but I do it every time. I prove y'all wrong every time. It don't take enough time. I just do it. Fuck it.
And on that note, let's get out of here, man. We had a good time with Brandon today, man. I'm so happy we finally got to do this. I appreciate your patience with us, brother. Honestly, it's been a long time coming. So we appreciate you. We love you. You know, Brandon was it was a lot of people that promised us they were showing up. There was a lot of artists that been in these seats who didn't show up to that live show. We're gonna talk about that at another time, not today. But I'm gonna get in y'all ass about that. Pause. But you know, we got love for the people that got love for us. We appreciate him coming here today. Brandon, give him your socials one more again, and we're gonna get up out of here.
I'm Brandon Deshaun. You can follow me at IG at Dark Skin or Die. Yeah.
Nigga, that was so fast. I ain't even know what he said.
I said I'm Brandon Deshaun. You can follow me at Dark. Hold on. Damn, I said it wrong again. I'm Brandon Deshaun. You can follow me at IG at Dark Skin or Die. Yeah.
Okay. Chaz.
Got you. Chaz DL, man, I appreciate you, brother, coming through.
Got you.
Yes, sir. Like, share, subscribe. You weren't there podcast. You already know what it is, man. Let's get out of here.
For sure. And make sure y'all go get Bird by the Door too.
Bird by the Door out now.
And of course, I'm your host at Mia Was Here 5_. Make sure y'all follow us on IG and on TikTok. We going crazy over there. Numbers is what they is, baby. So make sure y'all follow us on IG and TikTok at You Weren't There podcast. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We back for good, and we'll see you next week.
Hey.
You.